Hello everybody. How are you today? I hope you are well. Today I'm going to do something fun. I don't exactly know how long ago I did this. I do know that I've gotten a few more tools and a bit more smart since. Today we're going to make this decorative skull instrument. Now, my version prior had a lot of problems because I didn't know exactly what I was doing, and I still don't, but I know a little bit more, and today we're going to try to do a little bit better, and I think I can swing it. So here we have our three elements. I was just at Lowe's today and I thought, hey, why don't I make this out of really expensive wood? There was a board that was like $20, and one of these was like $10. And the quality-minded part of me said, you should do that. Quality will sell. And then the other part of me said, no, it won't, man. It's all luck. A lot of it's luck. First, we're going to start with our skull buddy, since I know I'm not going to screw that up. And in the interest of saving time, I've already done this. So I'm going to route him first. And in a wild idea to keep it from going anywhere, I'm going to screw it right into the workbench so it doesn't go anywhere. Let's get routing. Now that our piece is all routed out, I'm going to do a little bit of light sanding while it's still attached here, and then I'm going to cut it out around the edges on the router table. Next, we're going to cut out our skull on the bandsaw. Next step, we're going to move over to the router table where I have a rounding bit installed. It'll need a little bit of sanding, but that looks nice. So, here we are. We have our first part finished, our skull. Now, we're going to move on to the neck. I've been thinking about this, putting in things for the frets, but I don't think I'm going to do that, at least not in this point. But what I do need to do, we're going to route a space in here and then cut out about 2 inches there so that fits in nicely right there. I also want to cut these parts for the frets with the table saw, which will be nice and easy, uniform. Then for the little head here, I'm going to do what we did here, cut that part out. I'm going to cut a little part out like that, and we're going to rest the new head right on top nicely. Okay, so I left myself a lot of space here for mistakes. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the table saw to cut out about half. And then I'm going to kind of nibble away at it sideways, like so. Remember your hearing protection, kids. Before I cut out the parts for the frets here, starting around here, I'm going to do the same thing, but upside down. And this is where the head will be. There, this is the bottom. This will be the top. I'm going to take this part off. Now, I'm going to lower the saw very, very low. And I'm just going to go up inch by inch and nibble off little pieces for the frets. I'm just going to take this part off and we can move on. I'm very pleased with our progress so far. Let's see here. Now we need to decide a shape. And I'm going to give it 3 strings. It's not going to have to play anything, and it'll look neat. I was somewhat inspired to make this project from, I don't know if you're familiar with Groot, but there was I don't know what it's called, a jester that would travel the land, and he had this weird loop thing, and the top of it would change all the time. A little bit of an inspiration. It had ornate things on the top. I toyed with the idea of putting another skull on the top, but that seems, I don't know. I thought about a circle. I tried one with a circle before. I wasn't too fond of it. I don't know. I kind of like I kind of like it. Kind of like this diamondish shape. Maybe we'll just do that again. But I had another idea. To attach this to this, it would probably be a good idea to chew away at this stuff right here, the same way we did with these, so it fits in snugly, and then cut the weird shape afterwards, because it could prove a little dangerous to try to use a table saw to cut an offset thing. So I've cut our 2 pieces. And they fit together nice and snugly. It'll be nice. And then I can leave a small little part there. Maybe I should cut a teeny bit off the bottom so it fits perfect. There's no reason we can't make it a little fancy, is there? Well, we can make it a little. I feel like a fancy boy today. I got this little guy at Harbor Freight for $60. It was on sale, and I must say it is one of my favorite tools ever. It doesn't move too fast, and you can get very intricate little cuts because the blade is very small and tight. So let's cut this out with patience. Pretty good. There you go. Maybe I'll round the edges on the router just to make it look nice and tasty. I made the wrong choice. I've ruined the work I just did. So this part I'll have to do over right now. I'm going to do that part off camera. Next up, we got our sander here. Just going to give him a brief sanding. Now I'm going to route out a space where this can snugly fit inside my skull part. Now I want to make sure it's in the middle. Style-wise, it would look cool if it was over the eye, but I don't know if the eye's right in the middle. So it looks like it got about 7 inches. 7 inches. Okay, that spot there, that's what I need to get rid of. I'm going to put this piece here for more stability. Not as snug as I would have liked it, but you can't win them all, right? It's a little disappointing, but disappointment is how we learn things, so we never do them again. Isn't that right? That's right, Dean. Almost. I think I could save that. I know how to save that. Learning things. Ooh, see this angle here? This weird angle? How it's like almost like Mr. Robot ratio? I'm going to try to put the video up here. So if the video has been up there this whole time, up here, you know I can figure it out. If it's not like that, I couldn't figure it out. Ah, our buddy here. What are we gonna do? I almost completely forgot about you, buddy. I'm gonna sand this guy first. Alright, there's no need for you to have to sit through all this sanding. Remember, I did this for a reason. One, two, three. Yeah, I'll make them. I will make them like that. Got the there's the center. Two. There's three. There's one part I haven't organized yet. Just kind of decided to do this project today. Alright. I have these. These are, you ever see those reflector cones? Those reflector things on the side of the road? These are plastic things that hold those up. So they're very, very strong. If I can drill a hole through these, I can use these for this part. Let's see if I can drill a hole through them. I just recently learned from my friend Dave, Make Something Dave, that I had no idea that this chuck here could be spun by hand. So in order to, if I wanted to go from a Florsner bit to a little mini drill bit, I had to do, I was doing all that with this thing here. But that's great for tightening it. But you can do the rest by hand. I had no idea, and I wouldn't have even bothered to think about it if David didn't mention it in one of his videos. So, thanks. Thanks again, Dave. Alright, moment of truth. I think that bit might be a little too big. Yeah, you see, the bit. You see that? Went through it no problem. And the bit is not too big. So I just need to figure out the correct depth to drill these at, and we're good to go. First, I'm going to try to find a good sized hole for these. I want it to be nice and snug, because these parts on guitars have little, little gears that keep it from going backwards and forwards unless you want it to, but this is just going to be simple. But I don't want it, if you turn it too much, if you're playing with it, I don't want it to get ruined. Okay, so well, that's how it's going to be, folks. Now I just got to make the keys, then I got to drill the keys. As luck would have it, I had a piece here of the same wood. The hole fits nicely in there, so the keys will be small. So all I got to do is drill holes in these, and then go over and cut them out. I drilled a whole bunch of them, just to be safe. I'm going to pick out the 3 best ones. That's the length I want it, and that's where the hole goes. Just going to hammer them in there. Now I can have a handle to sand them on. I just need to drill a hole in each 3 of these. For the past week or so, I've been working on mounts, camera mounts for down here, so I can. Oh, you biatch! Well, right now I'm going to glue up the pieces that I have, and then come back and work on them later. I certainly hope this part isn't the weak part. I didn't make a mistake right here. I don't want the whoozy what's it to bend when I tighten up the strings. That might happen. But if that does happen, it just means I need to do it differently next time. Smush. Nice and tight. Smush. Okay. Well, good morning. In just a blink of an eye, an entire 10 or 12 hours passed. I got to have wonderful dreams, and now it's back to our buddies here. You see in the initial idea here, it bent. It wasn't tight. I've removed the clips. Oh, look at that. Very tight. Yesterday I put a small piece of brown hardboard in there to try to bring this forward, but it did not work. It did not have the qualities of wood and tore right off. So I went in, I chiseled out the area, and I replaced that. Next time we're gonna have to do a little bit better. I don't want it recessed like that, but for a decoration, I guess it's all right. I have my 3 little tuner keys here, and I guess now there'll just be a lot of sanding to do. I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna use the power sander to do there, and these keys, and I'm going to go in with the fine grit sandpaper and sand this all up, because this type of wood is very unforgiving with stain if there's a big nasty scratch on it. So I guess now I'll be sanding for a while, and it should go by pretty fast for you. I've sanded this is almost as good as I think I'm going to get it. I want to get it. I know this piece right here. This is a learning piece. I wouldn't sell this. Now the only part I have left before I can stain it is this part right here. Bottom, the strings. I don't know how to attach the strings. How do I do that? All right. I'm going to thread my 3 pieces of wire. Try to keep this in frame here. Through down here. 1, 2, 3. I could just twist them all together, hope for the best. Hopefully this will work without a hitch. That would be nice. Thread the first tuning peg. Jam, jam, jam. Push, push, push. Well, sorta. There you go. Oh boy. All right. Now it doesn't want to turn. I salvaged one of the other little keys I made. Just gonna make this one a bit higher. I just cut this one so it's higher than the other two, so it can be turned easily. Alright, let's see how that works. Oh. There you go. Well, here it is. It's my finished skull. Skull instrument. Let's compare it to version 1. I think we've definitely made improvements with the stability of it, but I don't like how that sinks in there. It would be nice if it just looked like one piece, or this was up a little bit more. I put the keys, these keys over here, even though they didn't work very well, none of them interfered with the other ones. These ones do, so they need to be placed apart better. This part worked out good. It's not the prettiest. I have an idea. Sometimes I have a project that I like to do over and over again until I get it right, kind of like my mimes on plums. And I think this will be one of those projects that I keep trying over and over until I get it right. So let's display these somewhere. Where should I put them? For now, I'm just going to hang these up here. And every time I look over, I can remind myself that practice makes perfect, or practice makes better at least. And it's certainly good to remind yourself that if you keep trying something you like, you will get better at it. But it just takes time. And then when you look back at what you've learned over the years, it feels good. It's a feeling of accomplishment. This could be anything. Cooking, your job, anything. See, right now, this looks good. I like this. This makes me happy. This is about, I think this is probably about a year and a half period in between these two things. And I've learned so much in that time. And I know next time will be even better. Well, this was a long one, but I hope you liked it. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters for helping me grow artistically, giving me the freedom. I really appreciate it. That's it for now, but I hope you all have a super day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.